we also have great games that we had yesterday. I do want to mention that. Yesterday we had a fantastic lineup, actually 5 different series.
That's right. We were here for until 11:15 last night.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was a really long day. No complaining from us, though. It was all great action. And, of course, the people delivering it to you is none other than Mr. Bitter and Rotterdam. How are you guys doing today?
Also, this day in history, these two guys steal our top of show. What the hell?
Yes.
I didn't.
It was just me.
So jelly.
It was Greetor.
So
and
jelly.
I made up
How
everything,
come
by the way. I have no
imitation is the
clue.
highest form
nothing
of
cool
flattery.
ever
no
happens
clue
on
if
our day
any-
in history? We have to like dig into like the Battle of Riverbed Creek.
The only things that ever happen when we cast is something related to war. It's always a war.
I know.
We never have something.
These guys
happy.
get the light bulb and the
Yeah.
first eclipse.
It's pretty fast.
They always get all the good games.
Well, Ben, yesterday we had a lot of good games.
Yes, we
Yeah,
did.
And you know what a person does, Ben, after he casts for 5 hours?
Goes home and sleeps for 14.
No, he goes home and he plays 20 games of Hard as his farm.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Because I went home and passed out. How were your games last night?
Started off good, then I went bad, then went really
Did
bad.
you play against Crimson?
No, I did not meet Crimson actually. You know, a funny story about last night. One moment, I lost a few games, didn't really care, and then I lost against 4-Gate. And you know, like, for some reason, losing against 4-Gate makes me really mad because my build's supposed to be good against 4-Gate. And I have this really sort of like cheap-ass desk at home, which I bought at Target. You could just fold it out and then, you know, and it's like kind of soft because it's a little bit unstable. So sometimes I get a little bit annoyed, not even mad. Like, I kind of like to tap it a little bit, you know, like a lost
Just tap the desk. Just
Yes.
darn.
Just
Darn.
Oh,
Darn.
man, I wish I could have played better
Oh,
that game.
dang it.
Like, that's basically my vocabulary in that moment.
Doggone.
But yeah, the moment while I did that, after I lost to the 4-Gate, there was like a full can of Red Bull on my desk, and that can jumped up and went all over my mouse pad. I was like, oh, guys, I'm going to stop streaming now. Thanks for watching. See ya. And then I quit, and then I came back again after I cleaned up the mess, played a few more games, and it went good.
What also went good were all the great games we had yesterday, guys. We've got a few highlights from yesterday's gameplay. The first one is probably my favorite moment of all.
Oh,
Puma versus Hyun. Look at this engagement. Perfect engagement from Zorg. Zorg coming in from every angle, but wait a second, Kev.
And the funny thing is, Ben, he's not even really using the Banes on the tanks. He's really trying to connect with the Marines, but Puma somehow, some way splits his unit
Unbelievable
fantastically.
control from Puma. That was perfect control from our Zerg player, better control from Puma. Keeps that army alive, kills this base, still goes on to lose that game in the series.
Yes.
But it was a great game and a great series. If you didn't catch them, then you're going to want to check them out.
And it was cool as well because we were both looking forward to that series, so we kind of hyped it up a little bit, and it definitely lived up to our expectations.
Yes, it did. Second highlight from yesterday from Nino versus Zaniwa. We're going to see Naniwa go for the big blink up underneath these Brood Lords, but Xenio's got lots of infestors. And this makes for a really awkward position for the Protoss player. Really just strong fungals. They weren't like superb fungals because it wasn't really hard to land them. Really pushes Naniwa back and sets up this next engagement. Vortex goes down, but not a whole lot getting caught there. Naniwa not sure if he wants to really commit here. And I love the way Xenio reacts to that Vortex expiring.
He just waits, man. He's passive. Soon he's going to spawn quite some infested Terrans, if I recall correctly. But there were just not that many units in that army.
And there's bloop, bloop, Neural Parasite on the Archons, grabbing them as they come out, focusing on the mothership. The infested Terran is going to go down right behind it, and that will allow Xenio once again to push Naniwa back. He would go on to win
That was definitely a really sexy play, neuraling the Archons. But then again, Xenio was so far ahead that it probably didn't really turn around all that much.
That's very true.
It was sexy, no doubt.
Our final highlight from yesterday was from Oz versus Galaxy. This is a very fast blink stalker timing. This clip's going to run for a little while because he's going to kill this third base, and then he's going to go ahead and commit to the natural. Kevin, this push comes before the 9-minute mark.
And it's blink. It actually has blink. This is when my 4-Gate arrives, man.
It's crazy, and it's all set up by a very unorthodox opening from Oz, going gas before gateway, which is not something that we're used to seeing at all. We're just going to see him continuing to reinforce as he does go to push into this natural. Galaxy has a lot of Zerglings out on the map that he's going to use to try and surround, but here's your favorite moment, Kev.
Yeah, those force fields were good, no doubt. Actually, not the force fields I meant before, but really good force fields. But Galaxy made it closer with all those spine crawlers. But the second wave of force fields really helps so much, because if those links really get around the Stalkers, they take so much damage. But Oz doing a really good job, and we all know about Oz's Blink Stalker micro.
Yeah, for one moment, it actually looks like maybe Oz is going to lose this, but he does manage to continue warping in, keeps that pylon alive, which is so key in any of these sort of gateway aggression scenarios. And we'll continue to warp in. We'll continue to push forward. Galaxy trying to mount a good defense, but he just doesn't quite have enough.
No, it gets close in a certain moment, but this is really beautiful positioning by Oz as well, man, getting into a corner. Then another big warping round, and that's just one warping round too many. Despite Galaxy, as you pointed out in the game yesterday, injecting really well as he made so many links during this push, but it still just came a little bit too early for him.
Yep, the warp in that broke the Zerg players back as it happens. Drones finally going to be pulled off the line, and this is when you know it's the final moments. As Oz will just continue to micro these stalkers around, cleaning up the last of Galaxy's forces.
The moment the Zerg pulls the drones ban and I still lose is one of those moments where I tap my desk and say, darn, I think I could have done something better. I think I should have won that game.
Just a little love tap.
Yeah, like sometimes I just pet it a little bit.
Wow, this clip is really long. Finally, the GG is called, and Oz goes on to beat Galaxy and
I was like, how long did you pull the time code for, man? We're watching the entire game. Aren't you guys should be casting?
I went through the top 3 game moments from yesterday with our editor, Darren, backstage. And when we were watching that clip, we were watching it on ×2 speed. So it felt much faster than it did.
These are blazing.
Look at that Bleak Stalker. I go,
I was a little bit, yesterday we didn't really see much of the other game of Oz versus Galaxy because that game was kind of one-sided where Oz was in control throughout the entire game, but he dropped some really crucial force shields in both those games as well. And once more, he probably didn't need those force shields to win the game, but his decision-making or the snap timing on those force shields and how he nailed them was absolutely perfect, so it's really worth checking out as well. If you guys haven't seen it yet, go watch the VOD.
Cool. Does it for the rewind. We got a couple more things we got to hit on before we pass it back to Andre and Dan. First up, Kev, Root for Root. That's happening pretty soon, September 29th.
Yeah, we've spoken a little bit about this already, guys. September 29th is going to be the first Heart of the Swarm tournament presented by us, at least by the NASL. Of course, we did a beta stream for you guys. We all had a lot of fun. We've been talking about the game. We've been showing you guys the units. And we've been streaming from home as well, or at least some of us have. But this is going to be the first official NASL tournament ban. We're going to fly out 4 members of Root Gaming. And in my opinion, the 4 best members as well.
Who's coming out, Kev?
We're going to have Vibe. Well, can't argue with Vibe, of course. So impressive at all the WCSs. WCS America, he's our champion. He's your national champion, Ben.
And our continental runner-up.
Yeah, and a continental runner-up, so that was great. We got TT1 coming as well, and if anyone has been playing a lot of Heart of the Swarm since, well, even before the beta came out, because he played this mod on Wings of Liberty, which was kind of like Heart of the Swarm, it's TT1, so I'm so glad to see Pyam here. Then we got Major, the always funny Mexican, of course, fantastic player as well, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And last but not least, we got the captain too, Ben.
Yep, Cat's coming out, the Peruvian, so 4 of the top guys. Late Todd's also going to be here.
Also,
Rothe's also going to be here.
Yeah, cool that we have 4 different nationalities. I'm just thinking of it right now. It is a Root Battle Royale, but we've got 1 American, 1 Canadian, 1 Mexican, and 1 Peruvian.
Not bad, Kev.
How awesome is that?
Also, still giving out Heart of the Swarm beta invites, guys. Be sure that you're active in chat, sending show ideas, content ideas to Dan at NASL.tv, to Ben at NASL.tv, to Rotterdam and Greetorp at NASL.tv. Any of your ideas that you send us, if we end up using that, we will get you invited into the Heart of the Swarm beta. Also, be sure to be active in chat. Folks that are, being constructive, saying cool things. We might show you some love as well.
And last but not least, regarding the Root Battle Royale, we should add that is a subscriber-only event as well, guys. So if you don't have your pass yet, you really want to check it out. Because besides the tournament that we're going to host, it's, by the way, going to be a $4,000 tournament. $2,000 for first place, $1,000 for second. And even if you lose in the semifinals, man, you're still going to go home with $500. But of course, besides the games, we're going to show you guys lots of cool and funny content. And if you look at the people that we have there, we got Pyam, we got Major, we got Cats. I think it's going to be so much fun having a lot of cool videos with them. What it is, we're not going to tell you guys yet, but we're going to do fun stuff.
It will not disappoint. One final point before I hand it back to you guys. We said first Heart of the Swarm Sunday Showdown is coming on the 29th. We're going to have a Heart of the Swarm show match this Sunday with another member of Team Root, Todd. Is going to be playing against Sheth. So you guys can check that out at the top of the broadcast on Sunday. Andre, Dan, I'm tired of stealing your thunder, guys.
Sorry, you didn't steal any of our thunder.